Not gonna lie, listening to that music is so traumatic because I have played Doki Doki Literature Club back in the day when it came out, and boy, was it a traumatic experience. So, like, this was our first anything digital can attack you game. So, let's revisit it in 2025 now that we have AI taking over everything. Let's find out. Oh, my name. Okay, let's go with it. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayuri, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you would never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up. So, yeah, she's like having depression, isn't she? But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Also, I know the MC is such like a selfish person. This is bad. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha ha. Okay, I'm not doing that. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Eh? You say like that. You say that like you're thinking about it. He was. That's me. Don't say my name. That's me in Alchemia. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to treat me like a couple or something. Is that really a problem? Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Oh, he is being mean. Hehehe. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Oh, so we are mean and a bum. I haven't been looking either. Eh, that's not true. You told me you'd join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. So we are mean, we are a bum, and we are a gaslighter. I don't know, man. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content on getting on by the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Sayori is looking out for you, bro. Just a friend. Uh huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skill before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Too soon. Too soon. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if that makes you happy. No promises though. Would you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a graphic? Oh, shut up, shut up. He's so annoying. More than that, I am surprised I can let myself relent to her. She's a friend! Oh my god. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and oh, it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, well, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori, yeah, there's no way I'm going to your club. I hate the main character of this game so much. I know it's my own name, but I hate him. Mimi. Yeah, clock him, girl. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. She's so good. I know she's depressed because I have played this before, but even with that, she's starting a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Hehehe, don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really this, that. Again with those. Or if she's cunning to have planned it all out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, the section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Yuri, if I remember. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy, Natsuki, right? Way to kill the atmosphere. Yeah, you clock him. Clock him. Ah, oh my god. Ah, I'll keep it here. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Hmm. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She was the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Hey, Monica. That's right. It's great to see you again, Arcadia. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. I know who you are. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Alchemilia. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Oh yeah, isn't that a thing that she is like getting abused at home or something and that she doesn't get much to eat so she learned how to bake and cook? Well, just hurry and take one. Sayuri grabs one first and then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my finger, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Finally, some gratitude from this guy. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Yeah, like 10 years ago. Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. I always said, well, maybe, but not for, you, dummy. She's such a Cinderella. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Eh, that's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I mean that I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me. I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? He did not consider. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so. Liar. That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You were probably a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, does that have any implications? Who knows? To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling their dream. Since I mentioned I notice her language is a little bit AI ish. Like the overly positiveness. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there are many people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. That is also very true. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. It makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow into this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to just find these three. Maybe that's why they were all delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with that level of enthusiasm about literature. Oh my god, learn something new, bro. So I'll give it to you. What kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly pops up. It looks like she wants to say something. She keeps quiet. Manga is literature! Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of a teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up, and she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. This is interesting because we are seeing the characters from the eyes of the main character, that is us, and you can say that it's kind of unreliable because these girls change later on. But we'll see. Oh, yeah. Oh, the save slots. Isn't this a thing that the save slots get messed up later on? But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. See, I told you, it's revealing. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I have been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, like I said, we are seeing the people through the eyes of the main character. We don't know who they are. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just. Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Again, perceiving her as something that she might not be. What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and give that back. Fine, fine. Hey, your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori said stuff behind. Sayori. This is the things that make me think this game was so creepy. Sayori sat herself behind Natsuki and put her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. How do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No, Nasuke averts her eyes. You don't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Nasuke feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Nasuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Uh, I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Nasuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we will all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Um, yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Alchemilia? Why did I name myself? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we are back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what has been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have her other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, Alchemilia, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is a price I. Oh my god, dude. Right. Okay, I have decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pleased. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Alchemide, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for club. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to the ulterior motive. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. I think I'll leave the game here, and I know like choosing the words means that you choose one of the girls. So like cute for Natsuki, Sayori had like some depressive stuff, I think, and Yuri had like more embellished words, if I may say. So I'll try it for the next time. Till then, see ya.